So the other day, I saw this video on my For You page of Sabrina Carpenter performing. And honestly, when things like this show up on my For You page, I do laugh. I do just like, I can't help it. You can't even hear the artist performing. All you hear is the person filming screaming like an animal. But at the same time, if I were at this concert standing next to this person, I feel like I would be so annoyed. Like, shut up. You don't need to scream that loud. I just had no idea that this was such a polarizing topic. I think it makes sense that it is, because it's like, is it annoying? Yeah, but why are you at the concert? Don't you want to sing along to your favorite songs? Before we get into it, guys, it would mean so much to me if you subscribe to this channel. I upload like 3 times a week. It's really fun. It's free. You can just do it. Just press a button. Alyssa's over here like, at the end, you can't even hear Sabrina. I'm laughing so hard. Aria's over here like, oh, because I like that. Yes. Lovely Rose is over here like, people like this at concerts deeply annoy me. I didn't pay hundreds of dollars to hear people ripping their vocal cords. I want to hear the singer. But Dom's over here like, everyone was screaming. It was the last song of the night, and I wasn't singing like this the whole concert. This was the song I was the loudest for. Taylor supporters over here like, no, because I would be so annoyed if someone was screaming over Sabrina Carpenter next to me. And Dom's over here again. Dom's over there like, well, everyone around me was screaming like this too, as it was the last song, so thank God you weren't there. All valid arguments when you think about it, because on one hand it's like, you're so annoying, you don't need to be screaming that loud, can't you just watch? Aren't you there to see the person sing, not hear yourself scream? On the other hand though, it's like, you're front row, like you are right there watching Sabrina, you are right there, and everyone else front row is screaming. Why wouldn't you scream and sing along, right? But at the same time, these videos I feel like don't necessarily capture how loud these concerts really are. The audio on this video makes it seem like the scream is just completely overpowering every other sound in this show, but that's because the person who's recording it is recording right in front of the phone's microphone. Obviously it's gonna like pick up the voice that's screaming into it the loudest when it's right there, louder than any of the background noise. So realistically, this person's screaming their head off, especially if everyone else is screaming their head off. These concerts are so loud that like, it doesn't really sound like this. You're not hearing the people around you screaming, if everyone's screaming, especially. Interesting, because I feel like it depends on the fan base too, and how big the video gets. I mean, this video has a fraction of the likes that the Sabrina Carpenter video had, so I think it's probably just mostly going to be Billie fans. And a lot of people just think this is funny. This person's over here like, man, that's really funny. This person's over here like, Shelly's over here like, My Future by The Crowd featuring Billie Eilish. Yes. People really like this. People don't mind the screaming. They think it's really funny, and they were like, you know what, I would do the same thing.
$3,000 for front row tickets to hear this chick screaming the whole concert. When I saw your face, all I can say is
So this one, believe it or not, the comments on this one I feel like are the most polarizing, even though the screams in this one are the least in your face out of the 3 we've watched so far. Part of me is like, with this person, like, okay, the screams in this one are not as loud as the other ones, but I would still be kind of annoyed if I paid this much money for front row tickets and someone like near me just won't stop just wailing, screaming and wailing at the top of their lungs. It's like, dude, are you even here to hear the music? Do you want to hear this song, or do you just want to hear yourself scream? But at the same time, it's like, dude, okay, maybe this is some 12-year-old girl. This is her first concert. She doesn't understand concert etiquette. She's just having a good time. She's screaming her head off. Does she have the self-awareness to know that there are other people around? No, she's probably like a 12-year-old. This video also takes a bit more of a hard stance. The other two were just people having fun, like, oh, look at my funny concert video. This one is like, I paid $3,000 for these front row tickets to hear this stupid freak scream. Joey's over here like, yeah, people need to realize people want to hear Taylor sing. No need to scream like that at all. Anna's over here like, I don't get why people can't just sing without slipping into the demon tone. But Catherine's over here like, you're at a concert. Sophia's over here like, yeah, you don't deserve front row if you're not screaming too. You have no idea the people would kill to be in your position. Haley's over here like, someone once told me you listen to the radio to listen to the singer. You go to concerts to sing along with the singer. Alex is over here like, you can literally still hear Taylor perfectly fine, which you can. This video I feel like is so wildly different than the other videos because you can totally hear Taylor like completely fine, and you can hear the whole crowd singing in the background in harmony with her, and I think that's such a beautiful thing to experience. I think something that makes concerts so beautiful is hearing not only the artists that you love singing their songs live, but hearing a group of people come together to sing along, and it's this sort of sonic experience that you just don't get from listening to the radio. You don't get from listening to their song on Spotify or whatever. I think screaming, it's like a little annoying, but in this case, it's really not that bad. It's just like one little freak. You could probably tune him out if you like pay attention to Taylor.
I guess what I'm trying to say is you make me feel like I'm the man. Let me see your hands. Go back to high school.
Okay, so this is like a different conversation. Maybe this is a hot take, but I think it's odd to go to a concert, especially a Taylor concert. You're spending thousands. And listen, I don't know this girl. I don't know what other videos she took, but like, if you're gonna go to a concert and only film yourself, dude, what? Okay, so now people are just like being annoying. Couldn't imagine being this obsessed over a woman who writes music over her failed relationship. Dude, shut up. Shut up. I hate when people say that about Taylor Swift. I'm not even like a diehard Swiftie person, but to deny how good she is at what she does, shut up. She literally is like one of the best songwriters of probably like our generation. Come on. People who say shit like this, they just want to take down a woman who writes about breakups and write her off as like all she does is write about breakups. Dude, so what? That's like just a woman thing? Oh, you think that's just a woman thing to write about a relationship? Have you ever heard of Rex Orange County? All he does is write about women and like being in love. It's so annoying and it's so dumb. You're making yourself look really dumb. Anyone who says stuff like that, like, it's okay, sure, you can think it in like the comfort of your own mind, but don't say it. Don't come on here and say that Taylor Swift, all she does is write about failed relationships. Dude, read her lyrics. They're visceral. The imagery, the scenes she paints in her songs, they're just beautiful. She wrote our song when she was like, what, 13? What are you doing, Luca? Let's see what Luca's doing. Okay, Luca, all Taylor does is write about failed relationships. All you do is collect Funko Pops. All you do is collect stuff that you don't even take out of the box half the time. You just put it there to look at it. Taylor's making money on her failed relationships. You're spending money on stuff that just sits there. You don't even play with them.
Sitting at home and she thought,
oh my God, this one. Okay, this one is like, it's too much. Part of me wonders too sometimes with these artists where people go to their concerts and just scream at the top of their lungs like this. Half the time it's like they can't hear you, right? Like they're up there, they have their in-ears in. You can't really hear anything outside of what's in your ears when you're up on stage, especially if you're in an arena this big. But when you're screaming, when the artist is just trying to talk.
sitting at home and she thought, hello there. How are you? Are you well?
This one is so funny. Do you think he was like, dude, shut up. I'm just trying to talk. I'm just a guy. A lot of these times, all of these times, these people are just people. They're just a guy. He's just a guy. It's like, dude, relax. Like the way he went about it with class. Are you well? Hello. Like, it's too much. Like, why are you doing this? Are you just trying to get his attention? That's fine. I get it. Sarah Styles. Everyone loves that guy. Like, are people really buying these tickets to a show, an arena show, in hopes that, like, oh my God, I really hope that the artist will give me attention? It's like, dude, just go to watch the show. Like, it's not about you. Just go and be an audience member. It's not hard. Like, you love this artist. Just go and, like, be normal and sing along and don't, like, disrupt the show. But at the same time, it's like, what do you expect? It's probably some 13-year-old high schooler. A lot of the time, you just don't have that self-awareness when you're a little baby. But at the same time, I think it's the context of the screaming that just makes a world of difference. If Harry Styles is trying to, like, say something on stage and this freak is screaming at the top of their lungs, like, hoping that he'll stop what he's doing to pay attention to them like a baby, yeah, that's annoying. But if you're someone like Ash Nico, who's like telling people, I want you to scream at the top of your lungs, obviously it's okay to scream, guys.
I want you to let out the loudest scream you've ever let out in your life. I want that shit to erupt out of you.
Like, that's kind of fun and awesome. Okay, this is the original. I watched this video after seeing that first video and I was like, holy shit, this song bangs. Like, this song is so sick. Because it's like the energy of the people screaming and her vocals on it sound so cool, and like the live music feeling of it, I was like, wow, this sounds so sick. I hadn't heard the song before and I went to check out the song and I was like, a little underwhelmed. And I still think the song is good. I think it's really fun. But I think that the energy that a crowd brings to a show, a lot of the time, if you're an artist, you want them to be hyped up. You want them to sound like they're having fun. And it's really cool to have people scream the lyrics back to you. And it's like a lot of the time when you're on stage, you're not really looking at each individual person, like, are these people having a good time? Like, you don't want to look at people's faces. You kind of just want to zone in and play the song. And there's only really a handful of ways that you as an artist can feed off the energy of a crowd: if they're jumping around to the song or they're screaming. If people are just standing there not singing along, like, I would, as an artist, much rather have a really annoyingly loud crowd that is so loud that I, like, am distracted. I would much rather have that, if of course they're just for the right reasons. Like, they're not trying to sabotage the show, they're just trying to have fun and sing along, but they're like really loud. Much rather have that than people just standing there and singing, like, boring, right? You want to have fun. You want to feel like the audience is having a good time, you know? That's the most important part. And I think when you're a live performer, having that energy of the audience fuels your performance. Like, this is so fun. It's so fun to watch her perform this song. And I think it's cool that, like, a lot of that push and pull and, like, bouncing of energy off the artist to the audience and vice versa. It's really cool, and I think it makes a really unique experience that you don't get from just listening to a song and singing along. You go to a concert to have fun. That's the most important thing. Whether your idea of having fun is screaming at the top of your lungs where you can't hear the artist, or standing there and just watching. Whatever your idea of fun is, that's the most important part. You go to live music to have fun. And if your version of fun isn't obnoxious and disruptive of the other people around you, then do whatever the hell you want. If the vibe is like everyone is screaming at the top of their lungs, who cares? Do it. It's fun. Everyone else is doing it. If the vibe is just standing there still looking up, then I would say do something. Make the crowd fun. Rile the crowd up. Don't do anything dangerous, obviously. But it's like, who called the fun police? And I feel like getting excited about these songs is such a fun way to bond with other people who you've never met before. That's how people make friends at concerts. You're going there and you're like, oh my God, they're playing this song. And then you, like, sing the song together. It's like, oh my God, they're playing the song live. And if everyone's just standing there, like, singing along, not excited, it's like, why are we all here, I guess, you know?
I have to know. In the middle of the night.
The comments on this one are, like, really polarizing too. People have such different extremes. You know, this is literally not having fun. It's definitely okay to sing along while yelling with screaming. Like, this whole concert is not acceptable. There's a difference between singing along and annoying everybody around you. I think it really, really all depends on the context of the concert. There's no one right or wrong answer for this is always annoying or this is always really fun. I think it really depends. And I think, like, people commenting and being like, oh, this is how you should do it, versus like, oh, this is, like, not how you should do it. There's no way you should or shouldn't go to a concert. There's no one way to attend a concert. It depends on the vibe. It depends on the music, the artist. So many factors that go into it that determine, is it appropriate for me to scream at the top of my lungs? A lot of the time, these people around you don't hear you screaming. If the song is blaring and you're screaming at the top of your lungs, No one's hearing you. I feel like what makes concerts so fun, what makes live music so fun, at least what should sort of be a part of live music, is going to this place and experiencing these songs you love by this artist you love and getting excited about them. Yeah, scream all the words. Go with a friend. Make friends there. That's how so many friendships I feel like are born, is you go to these concerts and you see someone there who's just as excited about the same songs you are, and you're screaming the songs together. It's like, oh my God. Like, that is so fun. Concerts are meant to be that type of experience. And there is a way to do that without being disruptive. But a lot of the time, I think these videos make the screaming look more disruptive than it actually is in real time at these concerts. This one, I truly don't know. I feel like it's probably fine because it's so loud in there, but you really don't know because there's no real gauge. All you can really do is just like go to concerts and experience it. But if you're at a Billie Eilish show, she's singing When the Party's Over, and you're like, ah! Like, you're not even singing along, you're not even screaming along, you're literally just screaming. Obviously that's disruptive. I feel like there are cases where it's blatantly like, okay, this is a bit disruptive, it's disrespectful to the people around you. At the end of the day, the conclusion I've reached is just use your brain. Just like be a little self-aware when you go to these shows, you know? Don't be disruptive. If an artist is just talking, don't scream. Let them talk. Just listen to what they're saying. If an artist is playing a song that you love and it's loud and everyone around you is having fun, like, then have fun. Speaking of concerts, goddammit, I'm going on tour, bruh, in the fall with Jordana, and it's gonna be really fun. And come along. You can scream at the top of your lungs. You can sit there. You can sing. You can jump. And it'll be really fun, and it would mean a lot if you came and showed support. I make music under the name Dev Lemons also, by the way. You know, maybe I should have started there if you didn't know. I do make music and it's fun. I just put out an EP that really just hurt to write. It's so sad. So if you check it out, that would mean the world to me. Also, not to be dramatic, but queef jerky, like, I seriously, guys, everyone thinks I'm joking. Everyone thinks I'm some sick joke. It's not a joke. Queef jerky is next up. I don't think you guys understand. Do you understand? Do you understand? I don't think so. Because if you did, then the world would look a lot different right now.
Pineapple upside down, yeah. In the toilet, I make a brown, yeah.
At my wedding, I won't wear a gown, yeah. I would rather wear Lady Gaga meat dress. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a like. Why don't you sub to the Dev Limes channel? It's so fun. I post like 3 times a week over here. All I do is just talk and talk. It's like, shut up. Yeah, and let me know what you want me to talk about next. I have so many ideas, but I want to hear your ideas too.